Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our presentation will begin shortly.
When geologists talk about geologic time, in millions, let alone hundreds of millions of years, the average person's eyes, well, they glaze over. It's simply too vast to fathom. But there's one way of decoding this unimaginable span of geologic time. It's called the footstep analogy, developed by Robert Hazen at the Carnegie Institute. And it goes something like this. Imagine that you want to walk back in time. You begin at today. Each footstep you take takes you back 100 years in time. Simple enough, right? Okay, let's go. As you lift your heel for that very first step, there's no internet. As your foot curls upward, hundreds of atomic bombs that have irradiated our planet, their mushroom clouds implode in reverse. While in the oceans, a third of the Earth's coral reefs spring back to life. Before your toe lifts from that very first step, 2 world wars play out in horrific reverse. The 66 million lives extinguished in that insanity revert back to the yet to be born. As you begin to lift that first step, the electric-powered glow of the nighttime planet winks into darkness forever. As that first step lands, the Ottoman Empire begins to thrive. And all of that is just your first step. 20 steps later, you stroll past, oh my, it's Jesus. A few steps later, the great religions of the world disappear. Buddhism, Judaism, Hinduism. A few more steps, writing systems begin to vanish. And sadly, so does the invention of beer. After dozens of more steps, recorded history ceases, followed by the disappearance of human civilization. Onward you march. Oh look, there goes those woolly mammoth things. And creatures that appear somewhat human? Onward or backward in time, you continue to walk. A dozen or so miles later, you begin to tire. But there, you finally see something halting. Oh dear, a mass extinction beyond imagination. Hurled from outer space, it killed most everything on the planet in an instant. Then there's the dinosaurs. The word awesome is 66 million years from being spoken, but it's so fitting here, you can't help but whisper it. Awesome. Miles later, you pass more mass extinctions. Trilobites, ammonites, the vast explosions and transformations of life and death through time. Phew, the formation of the Earth must be just up ahead, right? Not so fast. In fact, you'd need to walk 20 miles a day, every day, for the next 4 years to span that 4 billion years. And what a lonely walk it would be. Rocks, dust, water, void of any trace of life you can detect. 90% of that time, you plod backward through a wasteland that geologists call the boring billions. There you have it, a stroll through the expanse of geologic time, where humans on this third rock from the sun represent but a handful of steps on your hike of some 30,000 miles backward through time. Of all those geologic benchmarks that you passed, it was that blinding flash of an asteroid 66 million years ago that obliterated the planet, ending the 200 million year domination of dinosaurs and opening the age of mammals, where some would learn to walk upright.